So what does this mean? It's a landmark Bitcoin contract. Does it change things for the future of pro sports deals? Well, joining us tonight on NewsNation to discuss is Brock Pierce, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency analyst and chairman of the Bitcoin Foundation. Brock, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. All right, Brock, first thing, in layman's term, how do you break down what exactly Bitcoin is for our audience who may not understand the difference between the US dollar and the cryptocurrency?
So it's a digital currency running off an internet technology that we refer to as blockchain. It is independent of governments. The best way to think of it is as a digital form of gold. It is a store of value that people are investing in as an alternative to traditional assets or traditional currency. It's not owned or controlled or run by anyone. It's run by computers that people use from their homes or servers to support that network. Again, no one owns or controls it. There's no CEO. There is no corporation. It is a decentralized, distributed currency essentially run by the people. When they say, in God we trust on the form of money, in this particular instance, it is, I guess, in math or in technology we trust. Why it is so popular is it's finite. There is a fixed number of Bitcoin. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin in the world. And in the same way that gold has value because of its scarcity, Bitcoin does as well.
All right, we have heard about Bitcoin for years, and you did a very good job of explaining it to us who may not understand. But this is the first major athlete, Russell Okung, that we've heard about to be paid via Bitcoin. Do you think this is going to turn the tide for this currency?
It could. So his reason, he's been involved in Bitcoin for some time. He works with a gentleman by the name of Troy Carter, who ran Lady Gaga's incubator for technology. And so this particular athlete is someone that is very focused on innovation, focused on technology, a very intellectual individual that understands and at least recognizes the merit of Bitcoin and is putting his money where his mouth is. He's choosing to be paid in Bitcoin, clearly because he is a believer. And in doing this, he's making a very big statement that the rest of the world is becoming aware of.
Brock, should others invest in this? Is this an investment opportunity that could see growth in a portfolio?
So I don't advise people to invest in Bitcoin. I advise people to invest in themselves and their future. And so I do encourage people to go buy $10 worth of Bitcoin or to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin as a way of investing in yourself, in your own knowing. If someone told you that the internet was going to be a big deal in 1995, 1996, and explained the merit of email, the advice I would give you then, as I'm giving you now, is go sign up, set up an account, and see how it works. And what you'll realize is you can send Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies anywhere in the world instantaneously, 24 hours a day, very efficiently and very securely. And I'm a firm believer that this or something like it is the future. Governments around the world are recognizing this. Major financial institutions, PayPal has just integrated it because there appears to be merit. What happens is this is in the same way that technology, we went from having natural gas and oil and we're using renewable energies like solar power. This type of technology is going to be changing our monetary systems. It's going to be changing our financial system. And Bitcoin, as of right now, looks like the winner. But again, I encourage you to invest in yourself. And if you feel this is right for you, if you believe in it based upon your own research, then I encourage you to do so. Certainly, it's a highly volatile instrument. It has big swings up, big swings down. So certainly don't invest anything you cannot afford to lose.
Before you go, you mentioned only 21 million Bitcoin are going to be available forever. How would we get our hands on one?
Well, one, again, it's divisible, like down by a millionth. So 21 million Bitcoin is more than all the money in the world in terms of its ability to be used. In the future, or even right now at $33,000 a Bitcoin, you may never own an entire Bitcoin. but you can send a very small fraction of Bitcoin. You can send 10 cents worth, 50 cents worth. So think of one Bitcoin as like owning a bar of gold bullion. You don't necessarily need to own an entire Bitcoin. And if it continues to go up to $100,000 or $1 million of Bitcoin, that will not be accessible by most, but you don't need an entire Bitcoin to benefit from it.
All right, Brock Pierce, thank you so much. I just heard you're live with us from Puerto Rico.
I am. I live in Puerto Rico, a part of the United States that many don't realize it's part of the U.S. It's the most underappreciated place in the U.S. I encourage you to come visit.
Well, thanks for spending some time and talking Bitcoin on NewsNation.
Thank you.